Hi guys! Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Amira and I do art history in 10 minutes. So I hope you enjoy the next segment that I'm gonna talk about. Another beautiful artist his name is Edgar Degas. So I hope you enjoy it and see you in a bit. It's very beautiful in this room. This is actually an art studio and I'm really loving it. I'm in the moving chair. So it is very spacious here and it is very quiet as well, because one of the subscribers that I have said that I am filming in a very noisy background, and I didn't realize that. I thought that the noise is kinda medium to low, but it's distracting, so I prefer to do this in here. So thank you to the people who's watching me, and please comment anything that you like or something that you want me to improve so I can do better videos for you guys. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video and see you in a bit. Firstly, I'm gonna talk about Edgar's life and how he became an artist. So Edgar Degas was born in France, in Paris. So he was born to a very sophisticated French family at that time, and you will see later on when I will be talking about how his status in community helped him a lot to enter these places that are supposed to be privé or supposed to be private for like VIB at this age. So his parents were from a sophisticated background and his father was a banker. His mother sadly died when he was 13 years old, so he grew up raised by his father and his unmarried uncles. When he was going to college, his father recommended and advised him to go to study law. So he enrolled in the law faculty in the University of Paris, but he wasn't very serious about his classes, so he didn't attend classes and he didn't really put an effort in learning about law. As soon as he met his friend, whose name is Jean-Auguste Ingres, he gave him a really good advice, long term, that stayed with him forever and that he never forgot about. His advice was, draw lines, young man. Draw as much as you can and always draw from memory and draw from life. Then you will become a very good artist. So he took his advice and he enrolled in the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris, a fine art academy, and as soon as he enrolled there, he started to love doing paintings and doing drawings, and his style was influenced by Ingres because he was his mentor and a couple of other artists. So yeah, this is how he started his career as an artist. So we're gonna talk about his art techniques. So Degas was very famous and he was one of the founders of Impressionism. Although he didn't consider himself as an Impressionist, he saw his art mostly as being a realist, and he didn't paint outdoors on plein air like other artists did at that time. He was very well known for painting ballerinas and dancers. He was amazing draftman. He sculpted a lot in later his years because he had an illness with his eyes. His eyesight was struggling at his later years, so he couldn't really see the paint color and he couldn't really see details in the painting, so he started to paint large scales, and actually his paintings became more and more impressionistic because of the style he used to do at that time, and the colors and the movements he chose at that time. At some point he was painting a ballerina and he couldn't tell the exact color of her dress, So he asked her to choose from his oil pastel palette the exact color so he can paint on it. So that's how severe his eyesight was decreasing at that time. He did a lot of sculptures. He really felt comfortable using his hands in doing the human figure instead of relying on his eyes. His favorite subjects were horses as well. He was always in the horse racing tournament, in the horse racing championships, so he can picture the scenery, paint these scenes, these beautiful scenes from the French society at that time. And because he was from a very privileged family, he was able to be part of the opera in Paris and attend in the cabinets there where our VIPs are sitting. And also he was able to go backstage because most of his paintings were the ballerinas preparing for the performance, so he had a glimpse of their rehearsing, their dancing and everything. He is one of my absolute favorite artists because he drew a lot of ballerinas, and I love this subject. It's so beautiful, and he mastered the techniques of oil pastels and also oil paintings. He also drew portraits. So his portraits were as funny as it was. He went to Italy to study classical portraits, but ended up doing his own style. He did focus on the psychological complexity of the human mind in his paintings, and also he focused on how these human beings are very lonely in their own world. So his paintings for portraits was very interesting as well. Degas was very fascinated by the world of ballet. I mean, who isn't? It's just a beautiful world to be in. Always entertained by beautiful dancing and ballerinas who are doing such incredible work in performing and everything. So he wanted to capture it for the viewers to see it part of their world. And in the opera house in Paris, so ballerinas were a permanent subject of his paintings. Here you can see in this painting that is called Swaying Dancer. He painted this painting in 1879 in Paris, and he used oil pastels, which is an amazing tool to capture things in a rapid movement. I highly suggest that you use oil pastels because they are beautiful at capturing the gestures, the movements, etc. This beautiful scene, you can see how the ballerinas are getting ready to perform on stage. You can see in the middle there is a ballerina wearing green dress, and she's the main focus of the painting. He added other figures in the painting and other ballerinas, but they were compositional figures. He didn't show their faces, or he didn't painted a lot of details of them because he wanted to center point to be the girl in the green dress. Also, you can see ballerinas standing near to the background scenery, which they are getting ready and waiting for their turn to perform. You can see two different influences in this painting. The first influence is from photography. Degas was very brilliant to capture a scene which is off-center and almost like captured from reality, because he thought that if he painted something that we could see in daily life, in reality, so you can understand his point of view. And it was something that I've read and noticed that a lot of impressionist artists did at that time, because photography was the new hip thing, it was something new for them, and they wanted to use it to use the same techniques in their paintings and almost show like something that we do now, like a selfie, and show it in in a painting. So yeah, if you notice that the dancer is doing a technique that is very difficult in dancing, it is a type of performance that a dance move that is very complicated to do by a dancer. So she's of course she's very professional and she practiced a lot to do this, but actually equally it is very difficult for an artist to capture this movement because it's not symmetrical and it takes time to be mastered. So it proves that how Degas is very skillful artist and he's a master in his techniques, and he managed to capture all this scene with the oil pastel strokes that are very beautiful. He captured every moment. That is very rapid movements, and he also used his own skills and mastery. You know, when in the theater there is like boxes, or what do you call them, like seats in the theater which is reserved for the VIP. So he painted the painting from the upper box, left box, and almost see it as it's happening in front of you. So yeah. The second influence was from Japanese prints. A lot of impressionists were influenced by Japanese art, and they wanted to add them and include them in their own painting works. So Monet did that, other artists did that, Renoir also did that, and now Degas is adding the background scenery with his Japanese prints. So you will notice that in his painting he left a lot of things for imagination. So when you see the cropped figures of other dancers, when you see the dancers wearing orange, you can understand that some parts are left for memory and for imagination and for your brain to think about a lot of things. So this is a very beautiful skill that is done by professional, you know, long-term artists who are equipped with this technique. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna come about another videos to create more videos for you guys. Please leave in the comment if you saw this painting or you want to see it in real life, and your thoughts about this video. Please leave your comments below if you want to see me doing this type of video essays in museums here in Abu Dhabi. I would love to work with museums and to be part of this amazing art community here in Abu Dhabi. So comment tour guide in the comment section, and if you want me to do it, please say yes in the comments section below. I will be very grateful. Thank you for watching this video and hope to see you in next videos. Bye.